So let's start with the good point, the Intercontinental Playoff draw for CONCACAF.
Yeah, let's do it.
So CONCACAF was the fourth. So we didn't know where fourth place in CONCACAF would lie. Were we going to play fifth in CONMEBOL? Were we going to play the wild card in the AFC division, Asia, or were we going to play the Oceania representative? Fortunately for CONCACAF, we got the best draw we could. So fourth place in CONCACAF World Cup qualifying will play the winner of the Oceania division, which we can assume will be New Zealand. Yeah. Always is. It was always Australia until Australia moved to Asia. So New Zealand is miles ahead. Quality-wise, Giuliano, top four in CONCACAF should have.
They should. I mean, New Zealand's pulled off upsets, as we all know, in the past.
Yeah. Italy 2010.
But, yeah, if you're going to get a draw, this would be the one. You don't want to play Asia. You definitely don't want to play South America.
Yeah. So
this is your most likely, most winnable opponent.
If you're Canada, you feel pretty good. Top four is almost a lock at this point in time in CONCACAF. You want to get that automatic top three berth, but you can also rest assured now that if you do fall into fourth place, you know who you're playing.
Yeah. So very good for Canada.
Very good for Canada. Very good for North America. I think it's safe to say I'm pretty confident saying there will be 4 North American teams in the World Cup.
I agree.
But let's talk about the big one.
Someone where the draw is not so good.
Yeah. So the European draw with this new format, I'm not too happy about it. We predicted we thought the worst, and the worst has come true. So let's talk about this here. Let's talk about Path A. So Path A: Scotland and Ukraine, Wales and Austria. So Scotland is playing the Ukraine in the first in the semifinal there for Path A. Wales playing Austria, and then the two winners will play each other for a World Cup spot.
Yep.
The next path, Russia and Poland, huge rivalry there.
Big rivalry, yeah.
And Sweden and the Czech Republic, all in Path B. So
all teams that have made the Euro, pretty much.
One of those 4 teams, when you expand the 24 teams in the Euro, that's true. What happens,
yes,
right?
of course.
And then the worst possible path, the Azzurri have drawn North Macedonia in the first semifinal for Path C, and Portugal is playing Turkey. And the worst part about it is they already drew the home seed for the final in these paths.
Yeah, which I was under the impression that wasn't going to happen until after.
Yeah.
But
FIFA decides to draw it. So the winner of Portugal-Turkey will be hosting the winner of Italy-North Macedonia.
Yeah. And it kind of got forced this way, too, because Ukraine and Russia are going to get drawn together. So this kind of made the matchup for Portugal-Italy in the same path higher.
This is a disaster.
This is a nightmare.
This is a disaster for both Portugal and Italy, 2 teams that should be going to the World Cup in Qatar. But at the same time, these are 2 teams that should have booked automatic berths. And in my opinion, these 2 teams have nobody to blame but themselves.
No, they don't. Serbia, respectively, beating Portugal in their group, and Switzerland beating us in our group. And now they got to go the hard way. Now, it's not that it's guaranteed, but it's going to be either Italy or Ronaldo, most likely not at the World Cup, one or the other. I shouldn't just say Ronaldo's Portugal, but it's going to be mental. Yeah. Again, one of these big nations is going to miss out, possibly both.
Yeah, possibly
both. But to think Italy now could miss out on back-to-back World Cups it's disgraceful. It's ridiculous.
It's disgraceful.
If you ask me personally, I think it's going to happen. I think Italy will miss out.
I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it. If there's anyone to end Ronaldo's tenure on Portugal, nothing would feel better than Italy doing it. The Italy-Portugal rivalry is massive. I think it's bigger than Italy and England, or Italy and France.
Big.
Italy and Portugal.
Well, let's just say the English are happy Italy potentially could get knocked out of the World Cup before they possibly meet each other.
But see this kind of game, this kind of matchup, Giuliano, this Italy-Portugal potential matchup, I'm going to assume it's what it's going to be. This is potentially like a quarterfinal or a semifinal in any World Cup final.
It is.
But now it's a spot for the World Cup at Qatar 2022. And Italy are a disaster.
But that's what it's come to. Italy is no longer a superpower. It doesn't matter if they won the Euro or not.
Yeah.
They're no longer superpower. They won that Euro because there was no expectation for them to win the Euro.
Yeah.
They came in as underdogs. They were no longer favorites heading into tournaments.
Yeah.
The second they go win, they're known as the favorites, and the pressure's piled on these players, and they all buckled.
At the same time,
they buckled in their qualifying group. I think that's what it is, and I think that pressure is going to get to them again when the playoffs play out. And I think they're going to get eliminated. I really do. And honestly, I don't even think Portugal is going to come through either. I'm actually going to pick, because of the pressure situation. For me personally, I think Turkey's actually going to surprise both. I think they're going to make up for that nonsense in the Euro that they had.
I think so. And then the fact that Turkey is a home game, I think Turkey is a very hostile environment to go into.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
I more so don't want to play Turkey.
In Turkey. Turkey, they're going to come out. They're going to come out not scared. Like I said, no pressure.
None.
They failed at the Euro. So
it was abysmal for them, and people had them.
Yeah, there's no expectation now. There's no expectation. The expectation's on Italy and Portugal to come through and play each other.
Yeah.
If Turkey can play free, they're going to be the better for it, because we know headed into the Euro, Turkey was one of the favorites to make a run into the semis.
I think I had them in the semis.
You did. A lot of people did have them going far. We can't forget that. They were one of the favorites to go far in the tournament.
Fell apart.
And the pressure got to them probably, but now
there's no
new
pressure.
Manager, and they're going to be free. And that's a team I'd be extremely worried about.
Yeah.
Big time.
And we all know about the problems up top for Roberto Mancini. I think Roberto Mancini and his stubbornness in sticking with these guys that won the Euro is what ultimately put Italy in this situation, because these are not the best Italian players going forward. Not. And we're hearing all these rumblings like there was a report that came out on Football Italia, which I think is absolutely absurd, is that the FIGC, so Gravina confirmed that the FIGC is trying to fast track eligibility of 3 Brazilians to be called up for the national team in the playoffs in March, and they are João Pedro, Rodri Banez from Roma, and Luis Felipe.
Yeah, Ramos from Lazio.
I think it's ridiculous. You don't need these 3 players.
You don't. The talent is clearly there. We've been calling for Scamacca to get a run in this team since the beginning of the year, and look, he's paying dividends now. Especially his performance today against Milan.
Yeah.
It's not because he scores a wonder goal and that he deserves to be there. He deserves to be there because he's different.
He's different.
He's bigger. He has a touch. He has a nose for goal.
Yeah.
He does everything.
Well,
he's a playmaker.
We were looking at the top 15 or top 20 goal scorers in Serie A not too long ago, a couple minutes ago. The number 2, Andrea Bellotti, he's not even there. Yeah, he's not even there. Why is he there?
And now he has the hamstring injury. I swear, if Bellotti gets called, I've lost faith with Mancini.
I have. There are plenty of Italians out there that are doing really well, that are really high up in the charts. João Pedro's got 8 goals, fine, but he's playing on the bottom Cagliari, where something's got to give.
I mean, for me, we talked about this a little bit on the last podcast. If you bring him in as a sub, good.
No,
but he shouldn't be starting. No. And this is the question.
He shouldn't be on this team. Period.
No.
Period.
This is a question, Mancini. Is he going to experiment now with playoffs, or is he going to stick with the tried and tested formula that won the Euro? This is the problem he's now put himself in by sticking with names. Once again, I'm going to get on this guy's tail. Donnarumma, Saint Etienne made a hash of the first goal.
Yeah.
And his entire team looked at him like, Donnarumma, are you serious? He parried the ball for anyone that didn't see it.
But the problem is, who else are you going to put in net now?
Because you had Buffon in net. You said he saved 3 penalties, Buffon.
Yeah, Gianluigi Buffon has saved 3 penalties.
I wouldn't put Buffon in net,
but
this just, we've talked about this so many times, the names, the loyalty to the name on the back of the shirt. You don't play for the name on the back shirt. You play for that crest on your chest.
And you have to call up the best players. I mean, there are players that warrant. Mattia Destro's got 6 goals this season. Pinamonti's got 5. Federico Bonazzoli, yes, he plays on Salernitana. He's got 3 goals. Scamacca's got 4 goals. These are guys that are all miles ahead of Andrea Bellotti.
It is. And no offense to guys like Chiesa for all the talent he has.
Yeah.
But why is he a guaranteed starter now?
Yeah.
He's not a goal scorer, for one.
And
why is he guaranteed to start on...
It makes no sense.
He's not a goal scorer. He's not a playmaker. We know what he's always going to do. He's going to round around, give the energy.
Yeah.
Go one-on-one with guys. But it's not effective. He does not score the goals to warrant starting all the time.
No, he doesn't. And
Mancini's created this mess.
This is what I predict is going to happen. Your first game against North Macedonia, that's the best possible situation of the worst case scenario.
Yeah, they're the
So
weakest team.
Yeah, if you're gonna experiment, that's a team to experiment against. But if you want to give my prediction, he's have no choice, and he's gonna go with that trident that he's been running with for the past 2 years. It's gonna be Cheeto. It's gonna be those guys. Because North Macedonia, maybe that gives them the confidence if they can smash Macedonia and Italy, and then go into Portugal or Turkey with that confidence. That might carry them into the World Cup.
I hope to God.
Yeah, I'm predicting that I think Italy's gonna make it through.